Hello and welcome. This is Jumpy coming at you once again with some more Myst. In this video we're going to explore the Spaceship age. In the last video we went through the linking book that was inside the Spaceship terminal, and it seems we are in the same spaceship, although now we can hear some water sloshing outside. This is no longer interactable, so let's head on out and see what we can do. We can't interact with this, and here we go. It's even the same pathway. So in the book he talked about a lake that had been created by the meteors falling with a bit of rock sticking out. This must be built on that rock. And it's all gone to desert. Here we have. These sliders look the same as the sliders that we used to get here, so that's a hint that these sliders will produce different sounds. So we're going to have to find a sound combination lock to get into through that door. You can head this way, and here we have a clock tower, a broken clock tower. You can hear the ticking of a clock, and if we push the button, it turns on the clock. And it turns on the light. So we've got the ticking clock is a sound. And if you remember, this age is based all around different sounds. We can head down here, and what do we have out here? Some weird crystal sounds, and the red page. It wasn't very well hidden, but they're kind of losing the pretense of making the pages well hidden. I guess the brothers probably want us to find the pages, so here we have a deep well with bats. So we've got a ticking clock, we've got a deep well with bats, we have, these are microphones here. We have the weird humming of the crystals. What's over in this direction? We have the rumbling of lava. And it looks like there's something else this way. Let's see if we can... There we go. And we have trickling water. Alright, and there is the blue page. It could be easy to miss, actually, that blue one. But let's take Akinar's page first, shall we? And this must be the hill that he said he first landed on, that had remained unchanged. So hit all those switches to the on position. Let's see if anything here has changed. Wind. Train. Alright, that's the crystal sound. That's the rumbling sound. That's the clock. That's the water. What else did we have? We had the bats and the... That must be the one with the bats. So we've got rumbling, bats, rumbling, crystals, broken clock, rushing water. Alright, so these are the sound effects. Now we need to figure out which order to put them in. Do these buttons give us any clue? No, but we do have this tower in the center of the lake which we managed to miss. There must be... I think actually we can climb down here. There we go, obviously. How the heck did I miss that? Ah, but spooky. You can head through this tunnel. Ah, so this must be the rock jutting up out of the lake. And back up we come. And here we go, we have some buttons. If we are able to line these up, I assume we'll be able to right, here we're listening for the sound of water. Because here we've got a fissure. If you rotate this, there's the clock, so that's at 52.6. I don't know what these are lighting up for. I believe we would have to rotate this around so it's pointing at the areas. And then clicking on this button cycles through these. But we don't know which order it's cycling through them in, so we need to rotate this until we can line them up with all of their respective sounds. We need to rotate this. So the fissure is pointing at the clock at the moment, so we need to turn that around to about 52.6. Bring it around. There we go. Fissure. And you can see that there are different heights just from the parallax of the radars. I'm going to rotate this fissure around so it's pointing. There we go. And the rushing water, so oops. Ah, is the animation have to be so slow? There we go. 114. I should probably go left. Because the water is just clockwise of the fissure in the ground. And there we go. So now if we click on this, we have rocks, water, wind, rumble, clock. And so there we now have the order. Come on. The order that they want us to put the combination lock in. And so we can go put in that combination and hit the button and see what we reveal. Man, this game has some beautiful aesthetics. Just the wind coming over the clouds over there. Oh, the sun coming over the clouds, sorry. Alright, so we have the crystals, and then the wind, the water, rumble, clock. Ah, that's right, it's rocks, water, wind, rumble, clock. There we go, we've opened some doors. What is down here? Dark, spooky, and it leads to, remember, Atris mentioned a lot of excavating that he did and deep underground mining facilities and things like that. So here we have, of course, A submarine! Because why not? And hop inside. And sit down at the controls. And here we have... a sound-based direction puzzle. So, starting off we have a dink. We head forward. We have a barrier in front of us, and instead of a dink, it's a zipper. We can't go northwest, but we can go west. So the sound that we're getting corresponds to the direction that we need to travel. The next step of the path, essentially. We have a dink again. So we need to again head north. And I believe that these directions correspond to the same directions from the mechanical age right at the start. Now we have a fish. So even though we just headed north, you saw the track twisted and turned a bit, and so we need to now head south, because we come in from a different direction than where we were going. That was incorrect. We have to head east instead. I got my sounds mixed up. And I guess we did travel in a straight line. I wasn't paying enough attention. But there are some points where you enter an intersection from a different direction as to when you left one. Because the trail twists and turns. And if you don't realize that these sounds correspond to directions, it can take you a long time to complete this puzzle. I mean, it's probably going to take a long time, even though I do know what the answer is. So see, we headed off east. But we twisted back, so we're still heading east. Now we have fish again. Forwards again. Now we have a donk, which is south. Heading through all these underground tunnels that is excavated. Donk again. And this maze can get very confusing. Now we have Rolodex. Or zipper. Which is west. In this maze you can go quite a few steps in the wrong direction before it will tell you, or before you'll find that there are no other exits to this node and you'll have to backtrack. Alright, now we have a combination sound. We have what sounds like a donk and a zipper. So it actually corresponds to southwest. And again, if you're not listening for it, if you don't realize that it's going to be giving you combination sounds, it's quite easy to miss and get lost again. I need to head west. And this is a classical adventure game directions maze. We have Dink and Zipper, which is northwest. A lot of the classic point and click adventures had sections like this where you had to figure out a certain set of directions. There are ones where you need to listen to dialogue that somebody says, and the letters in their dialogue correspond to north, south, east, west, and SEW. There was a game called Return to Zork, which was a Zork point and click FMV sequel, where the two characters are having a dialogue, and at points in their dialogue they will emphasize by pointing, and you need to realize that you have to look at where they're pointing in order to know where to go in their maze. We have a Frisch and a Donk, which is southeast. And it looks like we are nearing the end of this maze. And there are games where you just have to guess, and the maze is endless until you can just guess the right combination of directions. They will usually give you an indication that you're back where you started, but some of them don't. Some games are mean. But here we have navigated this maze, and we can hop out, and I bet you can't guess what we're going to find here. That's right, a linking book back to Myst. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you look at my description, you can see links to my Twitch and Twitter, where I stream every weekday and most weekends. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe. You can leave a like or a thumbs up, a like or a comment, and hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.